Hello everyone and welcome to yet another Steam match of the Mordheim Summer Tournament organized by Marcus Kane. My name is Karond. As you can see in the top right corner, 98% of the games are played, meaning that we have played 47 games out of the 48 and we are looking here at the grand final, everyone. The last game of the tournament. And it will be played between Klajd, who will be playing the Sisters of Sigmar, and Talon, who will be playing the Mercenaries. You can see here their path through the playoffs. Talon has had a considerably easier path up to the final, having dispatched both of his opponents easily in the group, both newcomers, having been facing Udava, who lost all of his games and were more of a token challenger here. Faro, a surprise from the first group here, another newcomer, and meeting his biggest resistance here in the semifinal against Happy in a very close game. Klajd beat out his group as well, coming in first, beating out Miniar among others. He played against Crowley, a game which he, according to some sources, he really should have lost. Went on with a tight game here against Marcus Kine, got an ambush win against Karond, and here he is. Klajd will be an underdog here, despite beating out both of the last finalists, Marcus Kane and Karond, to his path there in the fight into the final. We know that Klajd will be playing a very initiative warband, very high on initiative, probably higher than Talon. So if he could get another ambush or a close starter position here, he could eke out a win. We will see. He has been prone to making a few mistakes here and there so far, but he has always managed to pull through. We'll see if that's going to be the case here as well. Talon, who has won almost every single tournament so far, and it will be interesting to see if Klajd can break the tradition here. The tradition being that no warband that isn't Mercenaries have ever won a tournament of this size. So we're looking forward to that, and we wish both of the players good luck, and we hope it's a very interesting final for everyone involved. I hear they're about to start, so let's jump right into it. Alright, here we go, and we seems to have gotten Temple Assault. One warband has locked itself within the temple while the other divides into strike teams to find a way in. Great way to have a bottleneck scenario. Close game, we'll see whoever has the best range here to pull through, and I think that would be Klajd here. We'll see what happens. The most interesting thing at the start here will be to see if Talon has changed it up or if he is as predictable as we suggested earlier, bringing the same warband all the time. We do know that Klajd is an individual that likes to surprise people, and we also know that he is going with a similar warband that he did against Karond. Seems like Klajd got the temple. I believe he has played this particular map once before in this tournament, when he got to start within the temple against Miniar, who was trying to get inside, and he won that game fairly decisively. We'll see what happens here. Look in the top left corner, we can see that Talon has a slight advantage here with the morale, but the previous gaming experience on this tournament, on this particular map, should be very good for Klajd here. We can also see that he's starting with 6 characters ahead of Talon. So he wants them to be able to fire on the first turn if he can. I don't know how the deployment looks like outside of here, but Klajd probably has a good idea of where he can go and where he should be with all of his units right at the start here, considering his game against Miniar. You'll have to excuse my voice a little bit, I'm a little bit cold while we record this. Hope that won't prove too much of an issue. Fairly similar initiative from all of Talon's units to what he has brought before. I think that he is likely having the same warband as he always has. And if Klajd has prepared for that, which he probably has, he should be able to do pretty well here. We remember that Klajd did prepare against Marcus Kane very well, who was also very predictable, and that turned out really well. I know that earlier here we said that he had a pretty close game. We said that he should probably have lost to Crowley. He had a pretty close game against Marcus Kane, and he won an ambush against Karond. But in reality, I felt like the game that was close against Marcus Kane was not as close as it did look like. I did feel like Klajd was outplaying Marcus Kane, and Marcus Kane's resilience in his warband was the only thing that kept the game nearly even. See what happens here. A lot of units from Talon are deploying. We can see one Wolf Priest already. Going to check where it's about to start. For Talon, this is useful. If he moves many units to that specific deployment spot, then he will reveal many of his units to Klajd, so he needs to be careful about moving the units too much. It might be best to just deploy the Wolf Priest here soon. Oh, he starts out in the gardens. Both of the gardens are reachable with gunfire. We will see the dueling pistols that the smugglers have here for Klajd only has a range of 25. So he needs to get relatively close there and see if he can do that. If Talon is using the same warband as he always does, then he also only has a dueling pistol at 25 range. Dueling pistol are the pistols that give plus 12% hit chance, as opposed to the normal pistols which gives plus 7% critical hit chance. But none of these two players are overly focused on critical hits. We do know that the champion leader of Talon here has Fatality mastered and can reach a decent critical hit chance, but besides that we wouldn't expect too many critical hits in this game. So we get to see another unit of Talons. I think that is he aware that he's revealing one unit after another to Klajd here? He might not be. He has to divide this warband up and see if he wants to make a coordinated effort to go in here. It's always a disadvantage going into the temple because you can fire down and it takes such a long time to get up there with your melee units. Which everyone knows who's played this map in the campaign. We see a smuggler and a wolf priest. We will be expecting. Never see another warrior for Talon. We will be expecting a warrior priest and a sister superior as well, plus the champion leader here. Two marksmen and 3 warriors. That's the typical setup Talon has been using throughout this tournament, which is the setup that Klajd has prepared for. So the important thing here is, can Klajd position his units in such a way that he can fire on the first turn and make use of that initiative? See the sister superior here. Only waiting for confirmation on the warrior priest then. He should be able to go out and fire into the gardens here. Gonna check out a few of the stats, see where is that smuggler. He did check to see that the sister superior was indeed there. He's gonna check out the stats a bit here. Twisted Sister, a new name. Bad deploy, says Talon. Well, it happens to everyone. That's one of the key features that we are debating for the next tournament actually, is if we want to have double elimination, which means that you have to actually lose 2 games to go out of a tournament. That would enable lucky deployments like this to not really take out players that is well, in some way, some players do lose automatically due to an ambush, due to bad deployments, or whatever there is. And because some deployments can be pretty one-sided, and yes, you can counter them a bit. You could have a warband built for that, but sometimes you're just unlucky. No matter what people say, everyone is unlucky, and having you go out due to bad luck at on the map department, I think it would be nice for us to actually have double elimination to make sure that we get a more fair winner for each tournament as it comes. But it's still debatable. Some people are against it, some people are for it, and some people don't really understand what is being debated. So we will look at that at a later point. For now, we're gonna focus on the final here and the deployment of the War Priest. Talon is already feeling like the game is already over. Yeah, we will see. I think that this is not as one-sided as having an ambush against you. And I know from experience, having lost to already made up ambushes towards these two exact players, actually. I went out, I lost my 2 games, the last 2 tournaments, against these 2 players, both in ambushes. And but yeah, the thing is, can he get out there? Can he get out there and shoot at those guys? Because if he can't, he would have wasted his great initiative here a bit, and that means that Talon can probably go in here and do so. But Klajd should play this as being very, very careful. He needs to be careful here. Talon needs to attack, and Klajd doesn't have that prerogative to him. He doesn't need to attack here. He can play out a waiting game. So what is he going to do? Time is ticking. Already we lost quite a bit of time. Who are you boosting? You can see several enemies here. You want to be able to fire at them, you want to be able to kill them before Talon gets to react. That War Priest looks pretty nice. Remember that Talon has a lot of cloth on his unit, so they will take even more damage here. Twisted Sister and Sup. Talon, known in this game for having some of the worst names for his characters out of any player. Happy is probably the second worst player when it comes to naming his units. We didn't really like what Begging for Kills or Killing Power brought to the table either, but at least they were somewhat better, subjectively at least, from my point of view. Here we see the main thing here. Can she fire? She doesn't seem to be able to. Okay, can you fire down here? I don't think. Oh, you do have the range for it. Amazing. Pretty good chance here to kill off the sister then. Are we gonna do that? Unlucky first shot. But this is good for Klajd. That means he can probably get the. Depending on where he put them, he can probably get more units up here and just firing down and kill that sister. The sister who boosts movement for all of the rest of Talon's units. It's gonna be great to be rid of her. And he can probably stay here up safe and reload, because you can't reach him right there. He's going to take a safe path anyway. see a marksman there. Very good spot to be going forward and shooting 3 shots at that same Sister Superior. Can this smuggler reach on top and fire down at the Sister Superior as well? She has put herself a bit away, but it is definitely possible. He's trying to maximize. Okay, which units can I shoot at? Probably wants to fire at the smuggler here if you can see her. Or if she can see her. You have one option here. It's not that bad of an option though. Yeah, you don't see the smuggler. You need to be careful. Time is rapidly going out here. Good first shot. Can probably almost kill that unit as well. There we go. If you can get down with another marksman here, you can kill off this marksman. And while it does look like you can jump down from here, I don't think you can actually jump up. You still have to go inside. The 2 jump up points are on the front of the table, front of the temple, and you have to do quite a bit of climbing there to get up there. There is a war priest here for Talon as well, so we have to be aware of that, as he could heal up that Sister Superior, and probably will, unless the Sister Superior is killed. So Klajd really has to focus down here a bit on that for that reason. Alright, Comets of Sigmar. Where can they be fired at? You probably reach the Sister Superior here if you go forward a little bit. Seems like yeah, you don't want to target Sinful Speech on the warrior, but you could probably target the Sister Superior here. There we go. Sister Superior is gonna feel a lot of comets coming her way. Klajd has to be careful. He has in the previous game been pretty lucky with his Divine Wrath, but if there's some time that it will fire back at you, it's usually in the final. 2% chance here. He survived that. What's gonna happen next? He really doesn't want his leader to blow up here at the start. 17%. Gonna risk it. That means that the marksman can probably go up there and just kill her. This will be pretty easy. And the marksman's turns are coming up right ahead here. Should probably use Exhauster to get away. Go up the stairs. You do know that a lot of melee units are coming in here pretty soon. That's the marksman gonna kill off the Sister Superior here. Pretty easy shot to make. 2 shots. Once more, and we had the first kill. Adrenaline rush. Remember that the warrior priest, for all his good healing abilities, can't heal himself. So he cannot heal himself, he can only heal other units. No, 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 no. Why are you going up there? Just fire. Fire. What if you can't actually reach him from this distance? Then you've just gone up here in vain. Okay, you can still fire at him. Good for you. Making sure that he will lose a blue pill here as he moves. What option do this marksman have? Really want to fire at the marksman that was nearly dead, if he can. He does get an option here. What does he have an option of? Probably the warrior. There we go. Probably needs just one more shot here. Nice, a 2-0 lead for Klajd. Is he gonna use up the adrenaline rush? He might want to go inside, use adrenaline rush, and use Overwatch to limit the amount of blue pills that Talon has available to him. Is he going to do that? Yes, I believe he is. I think that's a pretty good choice. Just for to limit how far he can come in here with his units. Yes, you have a lessened chance to do damage, but at least it's something. Alright, the Wolf Priest here. The Warrior Priest will be a little bit exposed, so he's probably gonna seek support to one of the flanks. Unless he goes straight in with the rest of the units. Of course, it's always a disadvantage for Talon to go in here with all of his units. He might be able to take down the matriarch, maybe take down a marksman, do some bit of damage here. There's a sister superior within here as well for Klajd. But as soon as he goes in here with all of his units and starts engaging in a melee battle, there will be lots of ranged units on top of him, just firing down with impunity. So this is not really a good map to start assaulting the temple. It's really difficult to assault the temple here, particularly if you have lower initiative, just like Talon has. Let's see what he plans to do here. Obviously, if Talon has his game plan right, he's gonna look up the champion leader and try and buff him with Winter Shield and things like that. Now he seems intent on a hit and run style. He doesn't want to go in here, so he's gonna use offensive magic. 30% divine rat chance here. Let's see if something happens. Here we go, a devotion. Adrenaline rush for another one. Another frostbites. Possibly. No, he can't afford that. So why is he using adrenaline rush? To get a winter chill off maybe? But time is running out. I felt like that was a mistake. I don't think he actually got to use that adrenaline rush. So he only took 60 damage for virtually no reason. Unless he entered into an ambush stance, but that relies on Klajd going out there, and Klajd doesn't really want to go out there. So, pretty poor choice here. There we go, devotion. +2 cost to spellcasting. Maybe he wasn't thinking straight. Maybe he didn't consider that what devotion actually did for him. I thought that he could use another frostbite or a winter chill. Winter chill cost 2, so that would have costed 4 with devotion on, and we only got 3 red pills from adrenaline rush, so not a very good choice. Let's see here. Gonna focus down the warrior priest, no doubt, since he's already starting doing damage on it. At least one of the overwatches are working here. Gonna see the other overwatch triggered as soon as Talon gets to move with his warrior priest, which is one of the last units in his initiative ladder. Looking up for a good firing position on the warrior priest, I believe. There we see the warrior priest, further giving us reason to believe that the warrior priest is the one to suffer here. No, that is strange. Yes. What is weird? Okay, so you were going to try and target the priest. I don't know really what that's... what could that be? Is there a pillar? Is there something in the way? It might be an invisible wall. I know that when I played against Klajd, I got an invisible wall. And maybe that can disrupt your line of sight as well. At least what the game thinks is a disruption of the line of sight. We figured that yes, he did want to kill the warrior priest here. He's gonna settle for the matriarch in that case. Okay, let's see. Another warrior coming in here, probably want to lock something down. One of the marksmen would be a good choice. What can he do? He doesn't seem to see that there is an obstacle. Alright, he nudged his way past that. Bit of a difficulty to see what's going on here, since it's night time and a dark temple. Usually when I play on this map, and I think most people do, they change out the gamma slider a little bit so that it's lighter, so they actually see where they're going. Lots of benches here with an illogical labyrinth system, so sometimes you can't really get out, sometimes you have to go around. It's just nice to have that clear. Focusing on the warrior priest. Running out of time, is he gonna do another attack here? Yes, he is. Getting a talisman. Talisman is only gonna be useful against the matriarch, really. Since the warrior priest doesn't have that many offensive spells that require magic resistance. And certainly not Klajd's, who has Armor of Righteousness, Deny the Heretic, and all of those usual spells that are so good that you really can't leave them out. An Overwatch stance, a bit surprising that he didn't want to use all of his red pills. Let's see what's coming up here. Another warrior, probably want to pin down the warrior priest here. Can he do that? I don't even see what he is attacking here, but we will see. Alina Sudenheim. Is that the Sister Superior? No, it's just one of the novices. Or maybe that's a sister, actually. Yeah. I don't know. Why not just stay there? Like, if he wants to tie down one henchman with one of your tanky henchmen, let him. They're canceling each other out. They're not going to do anything. You have a 2-man advantage already. You should be probably pretty fine here. That's probably the best target that one of his tanky warriors could hold down. But Klajd doesn't feel the same. He goes out and then he goes in again. Really doesn't seem to know what he wants to do there. I don't think he positioned himself to a much better position. Maybe he got him caught up towards the bench there. We didn't really see. If he did, so then it was probably a pretty good move. Here I feel if we can go into an ambush or something to prevent support coming to kill off the warrior priest, that would be good. Yes, just place yourself in the door. That would be a good spot to be. It's exactly what it's going to do here. prevent some of Talon's units from going in and causing much damage. Talon really wanted a more open map here, no doubt. Since a lot of his units are support and or melee units as well, in case they are needed. Considering his options. Does he want to go in there, or is he gonna send his champion leader there to power through that henchman of Klajd's? Or is he gonna go in there with the warrior? If he can go in there with 2 units, if that's possible, then he will probably want to do that. Switching weapons. I don't really know what kind of weapons he is switching to. Probably some different... Don't know why Klajd didn't attack there. No idea why. Why would you decline an attack there? Klajd has the lead here, but we can only hope that he doesn't mess this up now. He can be the first non-mercenary champion. He has a decisive lead, but he has done two mistakes here at the start. He has made 2 mistakes here recently with his last 2 units, and we hope that he can figure out a way to get back in shape. Always a precarious thing. You see that his warrior priest has 75 initiative, the same as Talon's champion leader. And the next turn the champion leader will probably go first here, so he really wants to be careful. Probably a good choice here, making sure that whoever tries to go in against this warrior priest will suffer from the Die the Heretic. Very good spell. It also gives us more line of sight, which we are thankful for. Will he attack into this? Yes, he will. Arm of Righteousness. Can he target someone where it's useful? Probably the Sister Superior, to be honest. Or even the Matriarch here, who has also been suffering a little bit. Just saying that the Crimson Shade might not have been a bad choice here for this Warrior Priest, making sure that he goes above the champion leader. But Mastered Web of Steel here might be sufficient to... no, it's probably won't. If the champion leader gets in here, in with the Warrior Priest, he's probably gonna die anyway, because he gets 2 whole turns of attacking. We see a clear path, as you can see outside, beyond the door here, right above their heads. And here we see the champ leader coming in. Does he have an avenue for attack? He is looking. He is using exhaustion. His name is the Boss, another really poorly chosen name here. And he's gonna aim for that warrior priest, isn't he? Can he reach the warrior priest? Can he reach? He needs to reach something at least. This particular champion leader, what Talon usually does is that he uses all of his other heroes to buff this particular champion leader so that he is really powerful, almost like a mini impressive. But if he doesn't have the support units on him, he is far less formidable. Right now I don't even know if he has Winter Chill and all of those other spells that he usually has. Arm of Righteousness is clearly not on him. He's not having Captain's Order on him. But he will be able to at least kill off this matriarch here. Bringing it back a little bit. So what I'm trying to say here is that regardless of where this particular champion goes now, he will be exposed from fire from on top. And Klajd should capitalize on that. He is not at the moment under any spells that reduces damage, and she just fire right into him. He's using a talisman as well, which is completely useless because Klajd doesn't have any unit left that can throw an offensive spell, so why Talon wanted to waste a talisman there is beyond me. Nice little bit of damage. It's always nice having an Overwatch and then randomly stunning someone. So far, one hero and one henchman has gone down for Talon, and the leader has gone down for Klajd. And the War Priest is not looking so good either. Hopefully some of Klajd's shooting here can come in and really decimate some of the Talon's units here if he's gonna stand a chance. Or risk being overrun. So the next turn is gonna be crucial. And moving up with the marksman on top of the that wooden structure was probably a poor choice. It's gonna cost him a bit of movement to get out here. Now the heretic here. Is he gonna suffer from the curse? No, he succeeds on the curse, 25% chance. Now the heretic is very powerful. He's using this preemptively just to make sure that we have one red pill less than he could have, and he's targeting 2 characters with that, making it very efficient. And here buffing up the boss. As you can see, that's kind of his main tactic, making that particular character into a sort of impressive character. 25% more armor is definitely gonna help against all the fire pouring down on him soon. If that is indeed the choice Klajd makes. Checking out various resistances, and you probably lock down a character here, and should probably lock down the warrior priest. It's relatively nearby and you can get him stuck, limiting his ability to provide support. Or you can go for the warrior here, forcing an all alone test maybe. Or you can just not go anywhere. Alright.
A new round has started.
Hope that's a good choice for him. Suffering from Madcap Mushrooms, pretty good choice here. Suffering from Deny the Heretic, minus 50% hit chance, but now he boosted plus 50% hit chance and minus 20% melee resistance for this warrior priest. Hopefully he can put on a little bit more damage here. Not gonna happen so far. It's not looking very good. 40 damage, he needs a little bit more damage if he's gonna finish off this warrior priest. It's gonna be a prime target for the ranged units here now, most likely. Checking to see here. Remember that this particular warrior priest does not have any buffs on him, like 25% armor of righteousness, like the champ leader has. So the champ leader is, while he is a better target, oh, he could actually shoot right here. What is the option he's getting? Klajd is checking it out. What option did he just got? What can he shoot at? Ah, that's not a good choice. He doesn't want to shoot at one of the henchmen. Yeah, and he's moving on. He wants to get a clear firing line to something that's worth shooting at. And he realized that the boss here is a big threat, so he's gonna focus down this character. The boss did use exhaustion, so he takes 30 more damage. I don't know if he actually used adrenaline rush. He might have, I didn't see it. He would have done so much more damage on the warrior priest here, but they recognize that the boss is the main damage dealer here, and as usual when it comes to PvP, if you can focus down damage dealers, you can effectively neuter an enemy warband. It's a pretty safe spot. No one will reach you here. Okay, what did you have? What did you get? What option did you get? She's not even bothering checking the options right now. He gets to shoot at the boss here. He's gonna focus down on the boss as well. His second 95% miss of the match so far. Deploy favors the feathers. Yes, there is Talon, but I mean, I think it's only natural for Talon to complain here. Many players do, but Talon never really, like, if someone has if Talon scores an ambush or something like this on his opponent, he rarely mentions the map as one of the factors. He's just believing himself to be awesome and that he is the one that won the game and not the map for him. So I mean, you have to be fair. If you lose out due to a map choice or you win due to a map choice, you should have sort of the same response. So I really don't think Talon should be complaining too much here. Can this marksman disengage? He can! So he can pull off 2 shots if he wants to. Just avoid that nasty deny the heretic, which is gonna run right into now and losing another red pill. Oh, he didn't. That is surprising. He should have lost another red pill. You lose just by going through there. That was a little bit odd. Pretty good hit chance here on the boss. Gonna use 3 shots, no doubt. Doing 66 more damage or thereabout if he hits. His third 95% miss. Bit of bad luck here for Klajd so far, but he did get a deployment. He should just keep firing into that unit. It doesn't matter if you know that he's gonna take a little bit more damage. Just finish him off. He's almost last on the ladder, because the warrior priest could disengage and then come in and heal up the boss. Looking pretty good. And now we have this marksman, the mistake of going up here. And you also need to reload, so you're gonna lose another blue pill. But you should be able to get down there and kill the boss at least. Good, just moving a tiny little bit forward and then reloading, so gaining him at least a few centimeters there. Can he shoot at the champion leader? Yes, he can, with a very good hit chance. The 4th miss with 95%. Yeah, it's really unlucky here. He really needs to hit this shot. He won't get another shot. And there we go. Very nice. prioritizing his targets, making sure that Talon's damaging units are not gonna be living through this match. Yes, it does, I think he means. Yeah, close enough. This is the Wolf Priest who used Adrenaline Rush in vain, who is also suffering from Devotion, so his spells cost 2 more red pills than they should, meaning that he is very low on options here. Yeah, that's true. You haven't won this one yet, that's true. But it's very difficult for, no matter what kind of resistance that Talon puts up here, it's really difficult to reach the units on top. He's going to make an effort, at least, with this Wolf Priest. Can he Crimson Shade this unit up? That would be one way of gaining a bit of movement. Gaining a whole more turn, another turn. Or is he full on talismans? I think that's a bad preparation by Talon. It just shows that he's very predictable, that he's using so many talismans here. Maybe he's well. Yeah, I'll take that back. I think maybe whenever you go in and face this Sigmar and you don't know what you're going to expect, you do expect lots of combats. That's generally how System Sigmar play, and that's a little bit of how he has played some of his earlier games, Klajd that is, with lots of spellcasters. So it's not a bad choice per se, but it's not turning out that well in this game. Still no need to despair. Many things can happen here. Remember that the warrior priest from Klajd is really exposed and roughed up, and he might go down here. He has Knight Heretic to help him, but man camps prevent that a little bit. One Web of Steel attempt down. Two more Web of Steel attempts left, and he's gonna go with the parry stance here. Another marksman. What can he focus on? Probably wants to focus on the warrior priest here if he is indeed able to be targeted, which was one of the issues earlier here. Can he find an avenue for attack? Yeah, I think it might be the benches providing a certain line of sight breaking here. Yeah, it is. So Talon is trying to go around the benches, losing a lot of movement doing so and exposing his marksman. Yeah, he really needs to go all the way around. Yeah, that's a bit silly. And since he has the back of his warrior as well, he needs to get an angle where he can actually see the warrior priest. Silly that the benches are actually providing denying line of sight for the marksman here, but not for magic. Let's really try to find some angle here. It's very difficult. That warrior is really preventing him from. Yeah, he's cursing right now. He has 20 seconds left and he hasn't even used his red pills. He needs to fire at something now. He's probably frustrated with his inability to fire on that bloody war priest. And who wouldn't be? He has had a few chances to kill that unit off, but the line of sight has prevented him. Gonna use Adrenaline Rush here. 6 seconds left. Gonna fire at the spear again. Doing a little bit of damage here. What can the smuggler do? She took a heavy toll of damage here. Also going to look for the war priest, but she knows that there are problems with hitting that war priest. So she might focus on the Sister Superior here instead. Continuing to pile on the damage that the marksman did. Or? Oh, we'll see. Would be good by Klajd to disengage and maybe move into these units. Yeah, he's gonna continue fire on them. A unit that he can easily hit. Well, easily 53% hit chance here. It's a big gamble trying to shoot Sister Superior. Needs a bit of luck to get. Alright, what is the plan here? He's moving with that exhaustion. Trying for an aim and it's not happening. One last shot. 53% chance hit. Just hit once more. It's not nearly enough damage. Maybe the war priest can disengage and help finish this off, but buffing up the war priest here with 30% more damage. If Alina Sudenheim has locked down this warrior, then she probably shouldn't even do anything. It's on Talon to move. But if that's not the case, then just doesn't want to be fired at. Unfortunately, I think that Talon has bigger objectives than firing at a tanky henchman with almost all of her wounds left. All right, going to get free movement here. I'm probably gonna go out there and get one of the. I probably tie down the marksman here. I would tie down the marksman. Now you can't really tie down the smuggler, so I know it's more of a tempting target, but that marksman could really have been tied down forever against the wall. Maybe if you can go up here with another unit, you can really tie down the smuggler, and that maybe is Klajd's plan here. The warrior priest is relatively nearby now. Oh yeah, and he can disengage if he wants to. Yeah, no need. That would probably be a good choice for Armor Righteousness, seeing as she is about to be focused down here. Taking less damage would really mean that Talon has to use more resources to take her down. Remember, Talon did the exact same thing against Klajd, using Armor of Righteousness on his champion leader to make sure that Klajd needed more resources to kill that champion leader. Good choice. Yeah, it was. It's not as one-sided as an ambush, but yeah, this map really does favor the defender. Most defenders win this map. But again, I mean, if Talon wants some sympathy, he should acknowledge it when other people lose that in the same way. For example, he had 2 of these games in his favor in the last tournament. I don't really know how his game has turned out in this tournament, except in the tournament against Udava. But deployments play into a very big factor in this game, and a lot of players lose out due to deployment. That's just how it is. And we're probably gonna eliminate ambushes for the next tournament. But as for these maps, yeah, we will have pre-generated maps, so everyone knows which map they will play. And we might take away maps that are really one-sided like this map. We will see what the players feel like for the next tournament. Some have expressed to have the final played in the temple, which can be a very frustrating map to play. But it's not as one-sided as this one at least. But you really do need to know where all the portals lead to not end up wasting all of that movement. Try to break free here, it's clear that he can't disengage. Losing out of his fear test, that's really bad for him. 30% less chance to hit, and he wants to disengage here and go and finish off the Sister Superior, but now he's not really sure, because having minus 30% hit chance and the Sister Superior had a pretty decent melee resistance, he might not have too good of a chance to actually do anything. And yeah, he's gonna stay here, as you can see from using the Drought of Clarity. 100% stun resistance. He just decided that he will just stay here. He's not gonna go out and try and finish off the Sister Superior of Klajd. Which, when you think of it, is a little bit of a defeated move here. He's recognized that he might not actually get many more kills. The smuggler is busy. The marksman might get busy. So it's really not looking good for Talon here, because a lot of ranged fire is coming his way pretty soon. At least that ambush did something. Pretty poor move here by Talon, most likely. Why did he disengage from that and then attacked again? Is he locking that unit down? Yeah, he might be. Okay, so it's a decent move anyway then. You can only heal yourself, you don't need any more healing. I would probably do Spray of Swiftness and Sidestep. It's up to... oh yeah, you can use your attack here, but it's up to Talon to attack into that. And it might be best to use up all the red pills. This particular warrior has shown that he wants to disengage, so he's probably gonna disengage. And here we go, another round of shooting. Let's see what that can do. And beware here, he has all of the red pills still remaining. We're gonna get counterattacks. Not too great for hit chance though, so it might be sort of safe. We'll have to evaluate that. The hit chances are not really on Klajd's side. If I have to say, I think that Klajd has been a little bit more unlucky than... well, not just a little bit, he has been more unlucky than Talon, but not in too much of a decisive way yet. It's not like a lot of these bad luck moments have really decided the game. Might be because Klajd has had a lead entering the entire game, but... I would probably have actually disengaged here and moved in such a way so as to tie down this warrior priest forever. That the warrior priest might still disengage. What can you fire at? Poor angle though. Looking for, there we have it, 92% shot. Ah, that's a perfect shot. Having Clot and everything is really hurting Talon. Usually it's a good choice, but if you're outmaneuvered when it comes to initiative and have to face a map like this, it's really punishing. Does he have Master Adrenaline Rush? Then he could probably finish this character off. He does not. But the other smuggler here is gonna go on and finish off the Wolf Priest. The only character to actually dare go up here. And he's gonna get killed for it. What can you shoot at? You might be able to shoot at the smuggler from here, right? Could also be a worthwhile kill. Remember that the Wolf Priest used exhaustion, so he also has 30 damage taken, and he has no support units that can come to his aid and help healing him. So just leaving him with less than 30 wounds might actually not be a bad idea here. So usually it's good to go for the kill, but we'll see how many hit points that unit has left though. Butterface is probably a good target. I would probably go for her. You have used up all of your movement here. I hope it's worth it. What are you trying to fire at? Why are you using all of your movement for it? If you're just going to finish off the Wolf Priest, I think you may make a mistake. And it seems to be that's what he wants to do here. Yeah, don't. 23 wounds left. He would have died anyway. Waste of potential by Klajd. Not that he needs to be efficient to win here. He has probably automatically won this. But still. Showing a bit more inexperience and mistakes here by Klajd, but it's fine. I mean, every single player makes mistakes. Every single player makes mistakes. You know, pretty much every single game. It's always nervous when you are playing games like this. Okay, let's see here. You could probably kill off the smuggler. Probably will do that. Another 95% miss. That's the 6th time, I believe. Talon hasn't missed a single one of those. Although he hasn't really had many 95% chances either. Usually has had below that, but he has hit with almost everything. He did miss with an aim earlier, but otherwise he has hit pretty consistently with many units. Probably wasn't needed as well. She's also without support, she can't heal herself, and she has exhaustion on her. So she would have died too, automatically. Yeah, you can probably use aim here, it's more efficient. Making sure that you... So the Wolf Priest is down, the Smuggler is down, the Sister Superior is down, the Champion Leader is down, and if this unit goes down, he has no way of passing a route test, Talon that is. Which means that when this unit dies, he will lose the game as soon as he goes under the route threshold. And he is pretty close to going down under the route threshold. You see here, he needs to lose 27 points, and this will make him lose 22 more points if this shot connects. Why? Why? I don't think that. Yeah, he should. No, he should fire at the at the warrior priest. He hasn't used. Warrior priest hasn't used the exhaustion, from what I remember, or adrenaline rush. So the one character that he should have finished off, Klajd neglected to finish off, and the two characters that he need to finish off, he finished off. So I really I can't really agree with that decision making, but it's not gonna matter here. I think we have already declared Klajd the winner of this Mordheim Summer Tournament, which will be his first win in his second appearance only, and we're making climb through the rankings, as well as making an interesting thing here, which is that non-mercenary warband has finally won a tournament. Of course, using mostly mercenary units, but that's what we get, right? Lots of mercenary units in this warband. Or at the very least, non-smuggler units. You can probably go and tie down that marksman now. Should probably do that. You're right next to the marksman here. There we go! Talon cannot make a route test. If he loses one more unit, he has lost the game. And he's probably about to lose another unit, right? Unnecessary. Just pour in the damage instead. We're just chasing a kill here. He's probably going to be this warrior though. This warrior at the center, he's the most damaged unit so far. Use insult. There we go. It's not that damaged, but he is the most damaged unit. Might be easy to kill one of the marksmen, specifically since the marksman is standing right below a door here and being very vulnerable. No, don't use that. 10% chance to blow up, it's not worth it. Just use your attacks. He succeeded at the magic resistance test, but it doesn't matter since neither heretic ignores magic resistance tests. Just pour in the damage. Klajd, pour in the damage. Really don't know why he does that. Whenever there's a hero against a henchman, it's always the objective of the hero to push through and kill that henchman. Otherwise you're just wasting offensive power. You really want to not get stuck with one of your heroes against one of the henchmen, because that leaves one of the enemy heroes to roam free and do more damage elsewhere. Not too applicable in this game, but still try to do as much damage as possible. Yes, he is probably forced to attack here, but Talon has already given up. He's not even trying to win this game anymore, which is why he's attacking in here. Otherwise he would just have started Web of Steel and just stood there. Or at least disengaged and tried to focus down the Sister Superior or something like that. If he was closer to being able to rout Klajd, that's probably what Talon would have done. But he just wants this game to end now. You can see that, and Klajd is probably dragging this out a little bit. Just attack here. Use mad caps. Just attack. Do a little bit more damage if you can. Help the range both. There we go. Gotta get her to counter attack. Worth it. So you can always heal her up. You know that she's in range. Go with a two-handed weapon. Good choice. Just producing more and more damage. Alright, here comes the range, and let's see if he can actually kill something. Where should you go? You can use the Mastered Insult here to really hammer it in, and you should probably do that. Seventh miss with a 95% chance. Talon showing a bit of sportsmanship here at last. Congratulating Talon on his victory. Klajd. Probably meant to say king here. Yep, Klajd is victorious, and he did have the tougher lot of the draw here as well, having faced more powerful opponents than Talon did. Has had a bit of luck going through here, but all warbands need to have that. Every single winner has a lot of luck. You need luck with the deployments, you need luck with who you're facing, you need a lot of things going your way. You need luck with rolls, and sometimes that happens and sometimes not, and then you go out. But in this time, Klajd has managed to do a really solid performance, and many things went his way, and here he is. The first Sisters of Sigmar tournament winner, and we congratulate him on his victory. See if we can just finish something off here and finish the game really quickly. I think it helped a lot that he knew the map probably better than Talon, and he also helps to have such maps being so heavily favored for you. But if we had gotten somewhere else, like the initiative favored him a little bit here, and yes, there are roughly an equal chance of getting something like Rival City Ruins compared to something that's close to starting point, at which point I feel like Talon would have had more of an advantage. I know that Klajd said that this particular warband is an warband that's made to win tournaments. It's a warband that's made to be undefeated, and I really disagree with that. I think this warband needs to have specific deployments to be able to win. I think that Talon would probably have won this in a more Rival in the Ruins kind of fight, but yeah, as we said, you do need to hit the right deployments, and in this case the gamble by Klajd turned out to be successful. He's trying to rough up all of the units a little bit. Can you finish off one unit, please? Yeah, Rudiger Volker is the one to go down here, and then we're gonna see two more marksmen shooting, and then it's GG. Unless Klajd is aware here and just finishes the game with using M10 on both of his next coming units. We'll see. Okay, he is. Yeah, he really wants to fire a bit more instead. Alright. Just getting a bigger number. Another kill. So far, only one unit has gone down for Klajd, which is the leader. Yeah, this is just wasting everyone's time, just to produce a nicer number. Really, the numbers doesn't really matter. It's not more impressive if you win with a 6-4 or a 10-0. But sometimes people are unaware that they've already won. I know that sometimes I've done this myself as well, and sometimes I've just skipped end turn. And the Klajd is just trying to enjoy the victory. Oh, and since he killed that marksman, he's gonna have a few more units to use, and Talon just had enough of it and just quit the game and stuff. So 8-1, and we congratulate Klajd on winning this tournament. Congrats, Klajd, and the two smugglers here being the MVPs of this game. We are a little bit sad to see games being decided like this, but that's part of the game, and we are hoping that next tournament will have more fair distribution and rely a little bit more on the skill level of both players, and not just the deployment deciding everything. Still, good luck to Klajd, and thanks for watching this particular tournament. We hope to see you in the next tournament, Mordheim Madness. But for now, see you and farewell.